Hello, welcome to this tutorial. This is Marcia, and in this video I'll be showing you how to integrate n8n with a Scriptcase. So here, just to put everyone on the same page, I'm going to explain you a little bit what is a Scriptcase. Scriptcase is a powerful low-code development tool for web applications, allows you to quickly and visually build complete systems such as dashboards, reports, charts, forms, and everything you need for a system. You can create, for example, advanced filters with reports. You can create complete systems such as CRM, portals, internal apps. You can also integrate with external APIs, web service, and external logging systems. You can export data to PDF, XLS, CSV, Word. You can also create interactive dashboards with KPIs and charts, and manage the user access and security with building tools. Okay, so basically you will connect Scriptcase to a database and then use the visual environment to create your applications. Automatically, Scriptcase generates secure production ready PHP applications. It's also and they can be deployed to any web server. Okay, so this is a Scriptcase, and then the other tool that we are going to use today, n8n. This is a open source automation platform, visual interface to build workflows. So n8n is a open source workflow automation platform that allows you to visually and integrate different apps, services, and APIs to automate tasks and business processes. So you'll be able to create, for example, flows, automate emails, data, self-host, or use n8n on cloud. And you can also use custom code with JavaScript or Python. Okay, so how it works: each node represents a service. So you have, for example, fetch from Google Sheets, send messages to Slack. Nodes are connected to form a logical flow on new email, save attachment in Drive, alert in Slack, and the workflows can run in real time or in a schedule. And as I said, you can self-host or you can have it on your own server. Okay, so you can automatically respond to leads submitting through forms. You can transfer files between services. You can monitor services. And another example, integrate CRMs with external tools, visually build backends or APIs. So why it is inspiring for Scriptcase users? Well, in this tutorial, we are going to focus on Scriptcase. Okay, so the idea is to show how you can integrate this kind of tool with the Scriptcase. So the idea of this integration is to prove that Scriptcase doesn't need to operate in isolation. On the contrary, it can become the hub of modern and connected ecosystem. So through APIs, webhooks, and platforms like n8n, you'll be able to do that. So with this approach, you can connect third-party forms, you can build smart bots, you can automate data collection, integrate with email services, and etc. So basically, the integration, we are going to have a form or a chat, okay, to receive the data, then automatically insert the data into a table connected to Scriptcase, and then we are going to create the applications based on these tables. This we can do very quickly with the Scriptcase. So n8n will capture the lead via data, the lead data via webhook. And then Scriptcase will validate the token, parse and check the JSON, prevents the SQL injection, and insert the information into the table. Okay, so let's show the example, and then I can explain you the step by step. Okay. In the example we did, we create a PHP script inside Scriptcase, and this script will receive the data via HTTP post and then insert it into a table. So after that, we are going to be able to create the informs, the reports based on these tables. Okay, let's go to the script case so I can show you how we can build the example. I have here my project and I have created one table. I'll go here to the database builder. Okay, so basically here I've created just one single table, very simple, because the goal here is to show you the powerful of this integration. So I did a very simple example for you to understand. So basically we have a table I called lead, and then we have some leads already inserted, okay, for tests. And we have name, document, zip code, address, and just a basic table, okay? And then I have here a grid to visualize. Let me run the application to show you. So this is the grid application with the information. We have added already some records. And then I have here this menu application where I added the chat. Okay, this chat is from n8n. And then the idea here is to talk with the chat and then bring the information to the database. You can insert the chat whatever you want. However, I did insert here inside the menu so we could have this example running. Okay, so I will open here the lead report, and then the last ID. Let me order again. Okay, the number one. So the last is this Tiago. Okay, so I will talk here with the chat, and then I will respond here the questions. Hello, my name is Nathan. How can I assist you? Hello. Then I'll have the questions here from the chat. Okay, hello. To prepare your code, I need to collect some information. So the idea is to collect information from a lead and then insert this lead to the database. Okay, so I will talk. Let me just close here this application so we can focus on this chat. Please enter your full name. Okay, it's Marcia Araujo. That's my name. Please provide your cell phone. Okay, I will type here my cell phone. All those questions I have added inside the prompt. I'll show you here and after. So the idea now is just to show how the example is working. Enter your CPF, which is the Brazilian ID. I will enter here my CPF. If it's not okay, for example, this is a wrong CPF, so this is the wrong document, it will also validate saying that it's not correct. So it says, okay, it looks like your CPF is invalid. Okay, I can skip or I can type the correct one. So it also validates the document. Okay, thank you. Okay, Brazilian. Now please enter your zip code. I will enter here my zip code. It will also validate my zip code with a service. Okay, it was wrong. I can type the name of the street. Okay. No. Okay, the neighborhood. Okay, the state. It identified already that the city is Olinda. And then according to my table, it's missing only the, okay, no, okay, no problem. And then it asks, for example, if I want to buy a system, I need a system for an accounting system. Okay, and then this is the last question, but it was really nice because we could see that it is prepared to also work with different answers. For example, here, I didn't want to provide this code. Okay, no problem. And it's all coming automatically from the service. Okay, so let me see inside the report. So we have here the new record, Marcia, Olinda, okay, I need an accounting system. Okay, so it is working. Okay, so this is basically what the service is doing. Okay, then let's go here to the n8n where we can see all the process. It's a very simple flow, okay? Just with one node, basically. We have the chat to start, and then we have the AI agent, okay? So here inside the chat, we have the URL, which is provided by n8n. And the mode I'm using here is the embed chat. And then we are going to go here inside the instructions so we can understand how we can call this. It can also use another chat, for example, WhatsApp, or you have other options. But in this case, I'm using the native chat option. So you have here the all the documentation on how you can use the chat. And basically, if you need to embed, you have to add the code. So you have here this is the piece of code for you to integrate to the page, and then you will just change here the URL by the URL that is being provided here within your project. Okay, so inside the script case, what I did inside the menu on load, I did add here the piece of code to embed the chat. Always remember to close the PHP and then add here in this case the script and then open the PHP again. Okay, this is basically basic here inside script case for you to add the code that's not PHP. So in this way, we are going to have the chat running inside the menu like this. If you want to add somewhere else, you can also use a blank application. I did here the same example. We have here inside a blank application, and then you can call within your chat, use website or whatever you want to call the application. So you have this two options, and I did use it here inside the menu. So you can also customize the layout. You have here all the variables if you want to customize the layout of the chat. Okay, and then it starts our flow here, the chat. You can also test here. So the same thing I'm doing, we just did the test using the chat inside here, the menu application, but you can also do your tests using here this chat. So you have all the steps appearing here inside the log. Okay, and then for the AI agent, which is the main point of the example, so here is where we are going to add the prompt. Okay, so I added here the model, OpenAI, and then also the database, And then we have two services here. Also, the one I did for the zip code verifier, and also the lead request. With it, this is the main one where we are going to add the leader to the database. Okay, so let me open here the AI agent. The prompt, it's linked already with the chat. So you have here, this is automatically from n8n. I have used here the option to connect the chat trigger node, and then the node is connected automatically. And then here I'm adding a prompt. Okay, so I have added here the expression. I'm going to open to show you. So this is the most important thing here in the example inside the n8n, which is you telling the the AI what's going to be necessary for this chat. Okay, so first I started here organizing. You are the virtual assistant responsible for classifying system development leads. Please follow this flow. And then initial greeting. So this is what you were seeing there inside the example. Then provide your full name, provide the document. Then we validate the document using here this. This is a via CEP. It's service that we have that verifies the document if it's valid or not. So I'm using here this. I provide the address for the via SEEP, and also the variable. So I can have this verification. You can use another, according to your country, you can use another service. You can search for a service that you have according to what you need to validate. And then if the SCP is not valid, then we have the error. Then for the address, we have the street name, neighborhood, city, and state. So it confirms if we can use the data, and then if it's confirmed, yes. If you don't find the the zip code, we collect the fields manually. Then we have the text here, please, for the project. Please describe your project with much detail as possible. But as you can see here, the text I'm adding here is not all the text that appears when we were doing the live chat just before I entered here. So this is because the AI is also working there. So it also apply questions or validate. So in the case when I was searching for the zip code, there are questions that the robot will make that's not programmed by me. So it's just the prompt. It doesn't mean that the expression will be followed just 100% in this way. Okay. You can also use Markdown here to organize your expression. So we have here the validation, show all collected information, and then I see how I inform here how I want to organize the information. So validation rules for the phone number, for the zip code, for the document. So I see here how I want to insert inside the database, and then exception if the service fails, invalid data if it's not a correct data. So we have the options here. If user refuse, no problem, we will proceed without this information. So you decide here what to do. And to finish, we will prepare your proposal. One of our specialists will contact you shortly. And then we are going to prepare the JSON for a script case. And then we have here all the fields according to what the leader added. And then I send this JSON to the application. Okay, so this is the end of my expression here. And here I have the tools. So the first tool, the zip code verifier. So this is just search zip code, and method is get, defined automatically by the model. So the AI will do the job for me here. And inside the lead request, which is the other tool, I have here the HTTP request. And then I'm going to use the method post. This is important here. And I'm going to inform the URL from the application that will receive this information. So the application I created inside Scriptcase. So this is the key point of the example here. Okay, you need to add here the URL, and this is the URL from the deployed application. So usually inside Scriptcase, if you do the deployment, you just change according to the link. If it's on the same server, then you can guess here how it's going to be the link. And for example, I'm here inside this application. So this is the link of the application. If I want to use this application, if I'm going to publish inside the same server, I just change after menu slash index dot php. So this is the same thing. So I would inform this link if I'm planning to publish inside the same server. If it's going to be another server, then I need to customize here the link. Okay, but you need to inform the link of the final application, the deployed application. So inside Scriptcase, I have prepared this script using a blank, this lead create here. So this is the script for us to receive the information. So first we define the token and then set the return content type. So just doing the basic validations here, verifying if the token is valid and if it's also using the correct method, if it's post. If you run the application, it will display the error according to this that we are adding here. Okay, because we will just accept post. You will receive the JSON. So the API expects data in JSON format within the request body. Okay, so it's important also here, I forgot to mention, you need to activate this option, send body JSON, and specify the body using JSON. And here the JSON defined automatically by the model. Okay, so this is how I added here inside the lead request. So I have added the method post URL with the blank application. This is the link I'm adding there. I just added here index.php. So this is the link I have added here. And then activated this send body JSON using JSON. Okay, so back here to the code. Okay, reads the raw request with the file get contents, then check for required fields according to the database table I've created. We are also parses the JSON using JSON decode. So we are always decoding here to verify JSON encode and JSON decode. Verifies that all required fields are present. Okay, and then very important here, before inserting the data, all values are sanitized using the macro SQL injection. Okay, and it will ensure that malicious input won't break or manipulate the SQL query. So I have added here all the fields with SQL injection, and then insert the fields into the table lead. Executed the SQL using the macro exec SQL. I have also retrieved the last inserted ID, return the record on success. So once validated, the script runs this insert into using the ASCII SQL, then retrieves the inserted ID using the SC lookup. Okay. So then the success returns the created with the new record ID and submitted data. On failure, to retrieve the ID returns the error, and all responses are sent in JSON. It also read the tokens from headers. So this part here, the final part, in fact, is responsible for retrieving the authentication token sent in the HTTP request header, usually in this format, right? Authorization, and then the token. Why is this necessary? Basically, for security, the API requires a token to authorize the request. The token is usually sent in HTTP header and must be extracted for the validation. However, some servers do not automatically populate this variable, so that's why it's necessary also to use this Apache request. Yeah, that retrieves all HTTP headers from the request as a fallback. Okay, so the token format, this token formatting, yeah, also sanitizes the token value by removing the bearer prefix, trimming the result, leaving only the raw token. Okay, so this is essentially to compare it against the expected value. So we have here the string, the string replace, barrier. Okay, I'm going to send you this code within the example so you can analyze if needed. So this is the most important here for the integration. Okay, it's just a small example. I did a very simple node, just with one node, in fact, here inside, because the focus is not to teach you how to use the n8n, as I said at the beginning. The focus is more to show how you can integrate within a script case, how you can create scenarios, how you can create different options using a script case as a hub for this, because then inside script case you have this flexibility to create the menus, the grid applications and everything for your system to run. And today with all the new options we have with AI. So we can get this lead. In this case, we are using the chat native from n8n, but you can also integrate with WhatsApp, for example, a bot or Typeform. You can also use the native one. So no manual entry, save time, reduce errors, focus on what matters most. So this is what we had for the example. I hope it was clear and you could learn here how to do this integration. A very simple example showing you the power of this script case and n8n. You can of course build more complex workflows and also integrate it to your projects. I hope you like it and I see you in the next video. Bye bye.